let's do it. The elemental rhythm is the system of the soul. Call it all Wag the Dog version 2.0. No folk beyond those in control of the news. The media exists just to drive your views. Who knew that too few would ever stand the fuck up to the norm? Misinformed by the people they trust, such as lust of power. No bigger evil we face than those that'll kill just to get a little taste. What a waste of human race, more like a human dysfunction, where the masses kill the fastest with the senses of compunction. The unction of the Pope is a throne built on lies. How many more will die, praying in vain to the sky, while cry for absolution from a God who's not there, and just a part of life. So why are you still scared? Who cares? Instead, buy their Israeli mental dope. Welcome to the new EP. Just take a seat and smoke. The fifth element, we know it is rhythm. Throw your middle fingers up, give a big fuck the system. The fifth element, we know it is rhythm. Throw your middle fingers up, give a big fuck the system. The fifth element, we know it is rhythm. Throw your middle fingers up, give a big fuck the system. The fifth element, we know it is rhythm. Throw your middle fingers up, give a big fuck the system. Peace. There's not a single thought process in this world that's more toxic than blind faith in politicians or some long dead prophets. Stopping the truisms far beyond, worn the hell out. How many more tithes and taxes will the sheep shell out? To sell doubt is simple in the land of the disillusion, where the only force stronger than decay is mass delusion, confusing people with emotionally charged lies that they speak. The population of the meek, call them simple-minded sheep. Think I understand finally what consumerism means, when a society consumes literally every single thing. Dream death rules everything around me. It's astounding that this whole generation's unaware of their surroundings. Resounding questions like the next one have a taste. Did you know only 24 men have ever been to deep space? That was in the 60s and 70s, so what's the fucking deal? Are they just stealing your money? Tell me, how do you feel? What is real and truly due? Can you really even tell? Or will you buy every cubic foot of fertilizer they sell? Hell, shills to pay the bills, dude. It's the creed they heed. Fuck a flat earth conference, an infinite plane society. They'll lie to me and lie to you any chance that they get, cause that's how Freemasons do, dude. Never fucking forget. I'll bet you know the prophets, be it Muhammad or Carl Sagan. From Eli Wiesel to the steeple where the sheeple are praying, braying like asses. In fact, it's sickening to watch. Just more domestic propaganda, like an episode of Cops that got Sheldon Adelson's ass trying to demonize pop, while American missiles wipe out entire city blocks. Hot damn, these motherfuckers got us losing our minds, while countless thousands overseas steady losing their lives. Ask why ISIS never attacks Tel Aviv or Riyadh, cause this whole war on terror is nothing but another fraud. This is thought process progress, trying to expand my mind, because it's not just a machine that can read between the lines. What is time but another construct to divide our existence, when in reality it makes not a single fucking difference. Intrinsic to all life is the ability to breathe, the requirement of sleep, and the ability to dream. What it means won't be found in the system of physicalism. Comfortable living is the prison of perpetual victims, not to mention the intention of those running the show that got them looking for Bigfoot, watching for UFOs. Let it go, let's a lie said 1,000 times becomes the truth. I swear to God, most of you motherfuckers don't even have a clue. Watch them steal my views like some dumb political grist for Gavin McGinnis. Fuck Milo Yiannopoulos, disgusting pricks kicking shit like their name was Alex Jones. They making thinking people into literal Republican drones, fuck both parties, but more importantly, fuck AIPAC, fuck the Saudis, fuck the Podesta group, pedo, rat, slap, politically correct, culture right in his face. See, they wanna cut Meals on Wheels, but got money for outer space. What a waste of fakes, cage the minds of all but the astute. Still see the sheep, holding their breath till their faces turn blue, but the Jews in Hollywood still got them dreaming of Mars. See, predictive programming like Futurama's got them starred. Call me conspirator because these dumb cunts got nothing better. So you can take that 2-ball cane and shove it sideways forever. They think they're clever cause you turned into one of their fans. A college-educated trans, pansexual, pseudo-intellectual man. The plan to break the masses has gone off without a hitch. Got between acting a bitch and being obsessed with getting rich. Shit's beyond crazy degrading. Oneself has become the norm. A nation of goyim destroying itself with drugs, consumerism, and porn. Warned 100 times, but like a fool you never learn. Even when someone told you playing with fire will get your ass burned, but you spurn advice. Instead you think you know it all. Like, let me be a tool, I've got Google. Problem solved. Bald-faced lies promoted by multi-billionaire swine that openly brag about how they can mold your whole mind. From the time you're a child, they separate you from truth. Spoon-fed the Disney propaganda till you're old enough for school. Nothing but state-sponsored brainwashing, cult programming, subjective math, drugs, and mass malnutrition. Expanded the famine from the mind and body to the core of your soul. Materialistic atheist agenda got them feeling lower than low. I know sometimes it's easy to just go with the flow, but that's the cop out of a lazy brain slave to the dough. No code and mystery. History shows what wealth begets. A sick complacence in the people who slave away no regrets.
Well, a lot of things have happened since the last time I saw you. Just want to talk a little bit about that war in the Persian Gulf. Big doings in the Persian Gulf. You know my favorite part of that war? It's the first war we ever had that was on every channel plus cable. And the war got good ratings too, didn't it? Got good ratings. Well, we like war. We like war. We're a war-like people. We like war because we're good at it. You know why we're good at it? Because we get a lot of practice. This country's only 200 years old, and already we've had 10 major wars. We average a major war in this country every 20 years, so we're good at it. And it's a good thing we are. We're not very good at anything else anymore. Can't build a decent car. Can't make a TV set or a VCR worth the fuck. Got no steel industry left, can't get health care to our old people, can't educate our young people, but we can bomb the shit out of your country, all right? Huh? We can bomb the shit out of your country, all right? Now you might be noticing I don't feel about that war the way we were told we were supposed to feel about that war, the way we were ordered and instructed by the United States government to feel about that war. See, my mind doesn't work that way. I got this real moron thing I do. It's called thinking. And I'm not a really good American because I like to form my own opinions. I don't just roll over when I'm told to. Sad to say, most Americans just roll over on command. Not me. Not me. I have certain rules I live by. My first rule, I don't believe anything the government tells me. Nothing. Zero. And I don't take very seriously the media or the press in this country, who in the case of the Persian Gulf War were nothing more than unpaid employees of the Department of Defense, and who most of the time function as kind of an unofficial public relations agency for the United States government. So don't listen to them. I don't really believe in my country. And I gotta tell you folks, I don't get all choked up about yellow ribbons and American flags. I consider them to be symbols, and I leave symbols to the symbol-minded.
I want to tell you about the coolest product, the hottest fucking awesome thing that we all need. Our corporate state spends billions every year to sell it to us. More money is spent to sell it to us than iPhones and Geico combined. And it always sells. It always sells. They tell us we have to have it. Otherwise, we won't be safe. We won't be happy. It'll be awful if we don't have this one thing. Introducing war. The always exciting, never dull bombing of other countries. Often for reasons we don't understand. Often for reasons we don't even know. Why have boring peace and quiet when you can bomb shit now? Get your war today.
There's always been two constants in my life, that's hip-hop and weed, and I've smoked so many buds down to the stems and seeds that feed upon the culture. I'm so in love with rap music, but only the realest of rhymes. I can't stand that super stupid rhythm of movement. The sound alone itself conveys a message, and then you add in the lyrics from a rapper that's introspective, no intrepid perspective's just a pretty sharp mind honed every single time I identify one of the lies inside the paradigm that was created through informational war that's got pot illegal in most of the states, and of course force countless thousands into cages every single fucking year. I'd rather be real with you than be beloved by most of my peers. I fear nothing other than the little time that I've got to share the way I feel with you before the ticking of the clock finally stops. It's not the challenge to being candid that we face, but the greatest commodity, an oddity we seem to waste. So many ways to chase the same castles that are made of hay, and like my grandma used to say, nothing in this world is fair. So share what's important over a fat hand roll joint, and never let another's view step all over your voice. Don't avoid conflict if it means just rolling over to some other motherfucking intellectual poser. Rarely sober, once held a blunt that was over a foot long and smoked the whole damn thing like my name was Tommy Chong. See, I'm drawn to the smoke, it always speaks to my soul. So you can keep your fucking blow, I'd rather smoke another bowl. No flow can go low as the depth that I reach. See, I learned from you all, but I got so many more things to teach. Simple speak to the mind on a subconscious level, which is why they're all over the products that they peddle, meddling with the perspectives of the narcissistic masses. See, movies and TV leave your mind fucked, no prophylactics. Another crisis actress shed pathetic crocodile tears. So take your propaganda, blow it right out your rear. All these queers that could never even hack it and acting, but got the gall to lie to all of us for some check from crisis cast and see him laughing. The dupe is the lightning shifty eyes, but I mean, why not? The public go by like 50 lies every hour from the contrived appeal to power. That's why they're locking each other up for smoking beautiful flowers. The Twin Towers were not brought down with planes, but most of the morons bias pseudoscience, all the fucking same. This ain't a game, so stop that shit-eating grin and fuck the flat earth asshole and all of his shilly friends. Don't pretend you don't see him profiteering off the movement. Way as well be NASA fanboys proudly rocking the Star of Jude, and they'll never ruin the truth that people really need. And I'm grateful for it all, man. Down to the stems and seeds. Peace. This the one and only Smoke. Give the middle finger salute and say, fuck the government, fuck the war, and fuck the troops. Fuck you if you're nothing but another fucking stooge. Fuck the Christians, fuck the Jews, and fuck kosher slaughter too. Fuck the few that accrue power over everyone else. And if you ain't down with Smoke, you can go fuck yourself. Fuck your health if you think someone like me supposed to pay for your unhealthy lifestyle. Your fucking human shit stain. What is pain but another way to corral the masses? Indeed, I see the market inflation waiting for them to crash it. Truth is drastic in its contrast to most of our beliefs. So fuck your founding fathers and fuck all the police. I'm not a piece of property belonging to a corporation masquerading as a nation that opposes mass enslavement. I got no faith in all the words of some supposed expert. While your president and the pope act as child molester, protected, sequestered, out of luck. Fuck acid forth the chew, straight up fuck the cancer industry. Cannabis is the cure, pure grade lies or what's sold on this prison planet. When you think a giant spending ball is where you're really standing, more than branding gimmicks, getting a paycheck at all. See, they treat you like a computer with their programs installed upon by my words of those who won't confront reality as it is, rather than pump like some chump, dumb, deaf, blind, and every other metaphor for denial. Just like an all-American slave that feels so entitled. Disciples of vitals from Bibles to bridles of a different kind. The pseudoscience to reliance on technological ties. I might get through to you beyond all the mental traps. The toxic Masonic house of cards starts to collapse. No rats or fat cats can keep us divided forever. But who knows if the new system will ever be any better? The fetters that hold us down will eventually be broken. Really, who knows and what it'll bring when most are just coping, stoking the fires of your own demise like it's your destiny. Centrally, the theme of life is man is his own enemy. Heavily mired in the dumb desire to live like recklessly, messily, desperately avoiding forethought and empathy. The zealotry of some is meant by apathy and the rest, but it's contrast. Perhaps it just gives life its zest. Who gets the message that I'm trying to convey? I hope all the time I spent making music won't end up in vain. Will it change a fucking thing before my very last breath, or am I just jerking off? Waste of the time I got left. Fuck it, who cares? Getting pensive won't make a difference, so let me get to the point like a man on a mission. Listen, government, industry, religion, and the news. Truth is saying fuck the system. Give them the middle finger salute. Time's ticking, getting shorter, reaching every passing day before your heart starts beating, so there's no time to waste. Nowadays, everyone's afraid to make a political statement, but I'm so underground, they say I dwell in a basement. How quaint then that I don't know, am I retarded? Just because I don't buy the shit with which we get bombarded. I'm charging that with power comes inevitable corruption, set your clock to it. That's how humanity functions. They say we're stuck in a cycle of psychological abuse between the master masons and the Zionist Jews. Who knew people get pissed when you refer to them as chattel, almost like we don't enjoy being dehumanized and saddled with debt in different forms, from the usury and lies of Muslims killing themselves for some castle in the sky. Why are we all fucked up, codependent and despondent, like with the fractured pieces of the true God conscience? The nonsense like religion just creates an apparatus to push appeal to authority. You see what happens from government, science, secret orders, and social groups. That's how they got you praying, waving flags for the truth. Shoot straight, it's too late to ignore what's going on. But Netanyahu's little graph with a picture of a bomb, like Iran is gonna wipe them off the motherfucking map. The ADL calls you bigot if you disagree. It's a trap backed by billions every year in American aid. The USS Liberty is how we get repaid. I'm unafraid to call it how it is. I'd rather be mocked than be a sheep, patiently waiting for another moonwalk. So shocked when I watch how automatons behave, how they repeat the same shit from films like Independence Day. Wage slaves that believe in a million different lies. Now understand that the prison planet exists within your mind. Only the blind can't see the information of war. I used to do the news for years, now I'm telling you the score. All the whores in the media, not a single scruple. You see the dupes of light and they motherfucking pupils. Tutelage for free, I got my YouTube degree and a home library that'll make them more on flee. The apathy is tragically infecting all of the gore until these Iowa motherfuckers got the West destroyed. Multicultural poison killing every society, but so's the drive right-wing reactionary scene. Think for a moment, who's playing ethnic groups against one another and every major religion too. Why does quantum physics closely mirror Kabbalah? And why is it every time some conscious rapper hollers at the cameras that they sound just like social justice? Supposedly smart dudes are still stuck on some dumb shit. Fuck it, I can't pretend I'm not on another level from the majority of MCs that honestly up and settle for the money the skill can make rather than true progression. It's sent to illustrate what they observe with words, reflection upon a situation. Can't create and understand it. True change never comes with protesting or demanding, but planning boycotts, not buying certain products. These Israeli motherfuckers working overtime to stop it. I'm not a prophet or a sage, just a man who's had enough watching all of us people getting railroaded rough, such as what one expects from a nation full of cunts, where I'd really be surprised to see the people stand up once. Watch the hash bubble, smoke's rising a little higher. Then you feel your mind lighten as your day gets brighter. Fire nugs a bud, or all that's in my sack. Cause I ain't bought swag since I was a teenager, Jack. So go back to your dealer, grab something a little better. Then we'll smoke both a bowl with my sticky purple cheddar. Forever the deadheader, keeping calm through the storm that's been trying to break you down since the day you were born. Torn between activism and just giving the fuck up. Cause it's not like most to listen unless I'm rapping about blunts. Frontin' ain't my style, so I don't have many fans. But I still like smoking weed, so I gotta make these jams. Damn, I use for fools with a Bible in their hands. Cause I don't believe the evil comes from smoking some plant that expands the perspective of a narrow-minded slave until he's free from the group think, actually using his brain. Yo, let's go half and half on the fat hash bowl, and we can chief it all night long on my name ain't smoke. See, life can be hectic as expected, you know. So just relax for a minute, let your heart be slow. No hydro, we smoke only, but it comes from the earth. And I'd rather roll a doobie truly than be stuck up in church or any other institution that distracts from being human. Cause the world that most are living in is nothing but illusion. I could smoke a bowl every hour of every day, but what would that prove beyond my lungs being stained? Nothing. Cause even my weed raps ain't just about weed. Listen to cheap wine and doobies or stems and seeds. I need meaning in my music, or it's just a fucking waste. I never use flavor papers cause I like how weed tastes. Fake space is pathetic, but the dumbasses buy it. Even I used to believe before the evidence was provided by the tightest kind of creators, men like Eric Dubé. 200 proofs the earth is not a spinning ball in outer space. A case is airtight, hair still yet to be presented, but still the sheep will just mock and walk on, pretending that they evolved monkey men, spinning in 4 different directions at 4 different speeds. Like there's not a crazy contention, the ending of this lie arrives when the people let go of the heavy mental baggage, get together and smoke. Yo, let's go half and half on the fat hash bowl, and we can chief it all night long on my name ain't smoke. See, life can be hectic as expected, you know. So just relax a minute, let your heart be slow. No hydro, we smoke only, but that comes from the earth. And I'd rather roll a doobie truly than be stuck up in church or any other institution that distracts from being human. Cause the world that most are living in is nothing but illusion.
Quantum physics is essentially a big Kabbalistic fraud that was promoted by Albert Einstein and these clowns. Albert Einstein stole most of his theories from, for instance, the U.S. Patent Office when he worked there. And in fact, there's a very good book. It's like 2,800 pages, 2,600 pages by John Bjerknes, called The Manufacture and Sale of St. Einstein. But basically, quantum physics, they just took the Kabbalah and they repackaged it as a pseudoscience and then sold it to the universities and the public. But it's really there to keep people confused and to make you think that you can't trust your own 5 senses to look up facts. And, well, you know, there's 11 dimensions. We can't know anything. Might as well just give up, you know. And so you get all of this nonsense coming out of that. But when you understand the onus of proof and not arguing the arbitrary, the onus of proof means that if I make a claim, it's totally on me to provide all of the citations and evidence to support it. And if I don't provide it, it's known as arguing the arbitrary, and it's dismissed by default. Okay, so if I say, you know, there's green aliens, you know, coming down tomorrow, and I don't provide any evidence, it's dismissed by default. Now, some people might say, but what if there really are? Well, we can speculate all day long with no evidence about anything, but what happens is we waste our lives on speculation and not knowing anything. So if we stick to what we can actually verify and look for the facts on, then what happens is we, you know, after several months, we begin to see how religions and cults and things use this area out of the commons. This is where we get common sense from, out of the commons. Or, you know, if you think of, you know, getting on the same page and verifying that the words, you know, if you and I are looking at a book and we both turn to page 160, we both should be able to verify the exact words on that page. And then we can say, yep, it says that, it says that, it says that. That's getting on the same page, and we can verify exactly what it says. You know, like one person isn't going to be reading about dogs and cats, and the other person out of the same book going to be reading about quantum physics. But this is what, you know, most of these new agers and quantum physics pushers want people to believe, is that you know, even if you went to a copy of the exact same book and looked on page 160, you couldn't actually verify what it says. So it's just a world of total insanity.